Welcome back to Dollars and Cents for Women. In this module, we're going to learn how to create spending plans. This curriculum was adapted from the Family Economics and Financial Education Council and the Take Charge America Institute. Let's get started. What is a spending plan? A spending plan is another document that helps us manage our money. A spending plan is a place to record our planned and our actual expenses over a period of time. Another word for spending plan is a budget. In our last module, we created an income and expense statement. This gave us insight into how we have been spending our money in the past. The income plan will help us plan where we should spend and save our money in the future to meet our goals. A spending plan is a forward-looking income and expense statement. The template we are going to use to create our spending plan is very similar to the income and expense statement. You'll notice that with the spending plan, there is a planned amount column to estimate how much you think you're going to spend. Some people even use the same template for both the income and expense statement and their spending plan. Why is a spending plan an important part of financial planning? A spending plan helps you manage your money in a positive, proactive manner. A spending plan helps you set and reach your financial goals, and a spending plan will help you look for opportunities to increase your net worth. There are two portions to developing your spending plan. First, you have to develop the spending plan, and second, you have to maintain that spending plan. Let's look at developing the spending plan first. Remember Eve? Eve and her family, the Browns, created an income and expense statement. Because of this, the Browns have some financial goals they want to achieve. First, they want to increase the amount of money in their emergency savings fund. They want to pay more on their monthly car loan payment to pay that loan off faster. They want to spend less money dining out at restaurants and spend less money on clothing each month. Let's help the Browns develop a spending plan for their family. The first step to creating a spending plan is to determine how much money you earn and what you spend your money on. This is what we did with our income and expense statement. This is an important step because it helps you ensure that your spending plan estimates will be realistic. The Brown family kept all their receipts from January and used that information to create their income and expense statement. The next step in the process is to personalize your spending plan. The most effective spending plans are those which are personalized. In order to personalize your spending plan, you must first answer 3 questions. First, how will you develop a spending plan? Second, what is the intended time period for your spending plan? Third, what categories will your spending plan include? Let's take a minute to think about the answers to some of these questions. The first part of personalizing your spending plan is to determine how the actual spending plan will be created. A spending plan can be created in any written method that works for you, including paper and pencil, spreadsheet, money management software, or phone apps. We've given you a spending plan template on the Dollars and Cents module page. What's important is that you find a method that works best for you. What is the intended time period for your spending plan? Many people like to match their spending plans with their paydays. Many people are either paid once or twice a month, so those are common time periods for creating a spending plan. Another thing to consider is what categories your spending plan will include. The more personalized your spending and expense categories are, the more accurate your spending plan will be. Reference your income and expense statement to decide what categories to include in your spending plan. The Browns reviewed their income and expense statement and came up with personalized categories for their spending plan. The next step in creating a spending plan is to allocate money to each category, again using the income and expense statement as a guide. When creating your spending plan, it may help you to refer to a spending guide regarding how much money to spend in each category. This pie chart provides a guide for typical percentages on income spent in each expense category. There may be some variations on these percentages based on your personal cost of living, age, income, etc. Once all the money has been allocated in the spending plan, determine if you have a net gain or net loss by subtracting expenses from income. If the resulting amount is positive, this means you have a net gain. We recommend adding this money to a savings account or using it to pay down additional debt. If the resulting amount is negative, you have a net loss. In order to get rid of the net loss, you need to either 1. Increase your income, 2. Decrease your expenses, or 3. Do both. The Dollars and Cents module page has some great ideas on how to increase your income. Check it out when you can. As the Brown family put their spending plan together, they talked about their long-term and short-term goals, the monetary trade-offs they could make to meet expenses, and that they wanted to have a net gain or zero balance to their spending plan, not a net loss. Once you have created a spending plan, you need to ensure that you make those actual planned spending decisions. This is the hardest part of the spending plan process for most. There are many types of control systems to help you stay on track. The 3 most common methods of controlling your spending are the envelope method, the receipt method, and the combo method. Let's talk a little about each method. The envelope method is a cash method. Take a sturdy set of envelopes and label each envelope with your expense categories. Next, add cash to each envelope according to your spending plan. Use only the cash in the envelope to pay for the expense in that category. When the money is gone in each envelope, don't refill until the next pay period. The receipt method allows you to use other spending means like debit cards and checks. With the receipt method, you collect a receipt for every item that you purchase, as well as every time you withdraw cash from the bank or the ATM. At the end of the day, subtract the money you spent in each category from your spending plan. If you're looking for a tool to help you with this, try Mint.com, which can either be used on a smartphone or on a regular computer. The combo method is a popular method for controlling expenses. With this method, you carry cash envelopes for expenses that are easy to purchase with cash, such as groceries, gas, etc. Use a debit card or check and collect the receipt for purchases where it's important to keep a record, like making large purchases, or when using cash is impossible, like paying bills online. It's important to pick a control method that you're actually going to use. What control method would you recommend for the Brown family? After you implement your spending plan, you're not done yet. The last step is to evaluate how well your spending plan worked. You may need to make some adjustments to be more realistic in meeting your goals. After the Brown family developed their spending plan, they reviewed one of their goals, which was to spend less money dining out. They realized that in order to meet this goal, they would need to increase their grocery budget by about $20. Developing a spending plan has helped the Browns make informed decisions on how to spend their income. Let's summarize what we learned about spending plans. A spending plan is an important financial planning tool. Make your spending plan work for you by personalizing your expense and income categories. It's also important to make sure you control your spending using a control method, that you evaluate how well your spending plan is working, and that you adjust your spending plan to continue to meet your goals. Thanks for joining us in this module. We'll see you soon.